People are into snuff.
Yeah, that's true.
What an odd thing to come to.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, you like watching people fall into wood chippers all day,
No,
and
no, 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 no. I don't like it.
yeah, you click not interested, but somehow it keeps
I,
popping up on your feed.
yeah, I do keep hitting not interested on that stuff.
That's good, man.
Not all the time. Some of it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that idea of like I watched some 14-year-old kid die in a wood chipper and I hit not interested and the 14-year-old kid's looking down going, "You're not even interested in that?
Yeah.
That's not even interesting to you?"
Right. He's like, that's the only interesting thing I did in my entire
Yeah.
life.
Got it on high quality CCTV footage.
And to have him be like, I watch you be interested in that kind of stuff. Like, why is it not interesting with me?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, I think that stuff's really bad to watch all the time.
I mean, I don't actively seek it out. I think that's where it gets real creepy. Like if you're going to gore sites and
Yeah.
I've never understood that because I'm not fully desensitized to it.
Yeah.
It's upsetting, really upsetting, deeply upsetting to watch someone get brutalized.
Right. It is like a reality check. Like you're
Yeah.
like seeing someone just walking on a sidewalk and getting hit by a semi or whatever. It's like you're like, yeah, I need to be mindful if I'm out and about. Like it's a reminder. Like we get in like a rhythm in
Yeah.
life and we're just like, it's fine every time I go to work, everything is fine,
Right.
but you should be.
Yeah.
That's where you make mistakes
I
when you
think
fall
that's
into a rhythm.
exactly. I think that's why like every intersection, I don't care if I'm going through a green light, I'm like actively looking left and right,
Yeah.
making sure I'm not getting T-boned out or it's so scary.
God, I should do that. Yeah, I just kind of go.
Really? You
Just
don't look
Mr. Magoo,
at
just
cross
wander around
traffic?
everywhere.
You don't make sure that people are stopping on both sides?
Yeah, I do. I don't do it as much as I should. I actually watched someone on the way to work like a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago. The light turned green as I was coming up to it, and thankfully I did look left and right, and a drunk guy was just
Yeah.
making a right hand turn like right where I would have been, going like 55 miles an hour and not slowing down, and just like, you know, his like back wheels like slide out, and thankfully like a cop was right next to me, and the guy took off, like he ran away from the cops, but
Fuck, man. I've saved my ass a couple times just paying attention.
yeah.
I could have gotten some pretty bad stuff. I've only ever been in one accident and it totally wasn't my fault. I got sideswiped.
Yeah.
Someone's lane ran out and they decided they'd rather sideswipe me than get into
Oh damn.
totally rear end somebody, which I mean, whatever, makes sense, but
Yeah.
they ran off.
Oh shit. That's
So,
like me too. On the way to work like 10, 11 years ago, I made a left turn, and a drunk driver in a minivan thought that the green arrow that both sides had was a green, and just gunned it like into me while I was making a left, and then drove off.
assholes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been in more accidents than that, but not when I was driving. That's the only one when I was driving.
I've only been in that one. What's it like getting into a gnarly wreck? Have you been in a gnarly wreck?
Yeah, the craziest one was I went to go see Perfect Circle in San Antonio on Halloween Day, uh, right when 13th Step came out, whenever that was, and their second album. And we met this black guy, Leon, and he wanted, after the concert, he wanted to go get like blunts, go get moonshine, and then to pick up his buddy and to get crack. And D Love talked us all into like putting forward like a bunch of our hard earned money as minimum wage workers to getting like a bunch of crack. And we were at that age, like that's the kind of stuff we got up to. Just let's see how this works. And D Love like went to the projects and had all of us like duck, because he said if anyone saw that he brought any white people there, like we'd be totally fucked. and he went and bought like this pure white crack cocaine. And I tried it. I was not for me. It's not my kind of thing. Like, I have no idea why people love that shit so much. But everyone was just getting crazy high on crack. And then he started selling it. And then he's with the money from selling that, he bought a bunch of low quality crack called butter, like this really yellow cake, like just disgusting looking crack. And then we'd drive all around town going to like trap houses, and he'd have like specific patterns of honking the horn that he would use to signal to everyone that he was a dealer. He explained all the tags to us. And, you know, we just had a really, really fun night, but it was really dark to see people like bringing, like, trying to trade their kids' video games to us while their kids are sleeping for like
Fuck.
a hit of crack. It was brutal. Then the other boys that I was with, they're like, let's get some prostitutes. And I'm like, let's get some black tar. So then we like put in orders, like D-Love does all the talking, like managing the interactions with like a mistress, like a madam that like runs like a bunch of underground shit. And they're going to meet us back at the hotel we were at. And we're on the highway, and a semi truck passes us, and the guy's like swerving all over the place, and the front wheel of his trailer bumps into our Honda Civic, and our back slides out. And this is as D-Love was like, didn't like being passed by him because the guy was swerving. So he was trying to pass him. And so he sped up a bunch as the guy moved out and bumped us. So we still kept enough speed that we flew out in front of the semi truck and hit the embankment. And I'm in the passenger seat, and I just look over and see D-Love going like, oh shit, as I see like the Peterbilt like grill of a semi truck going like 65 miles an hour slam into us from a complete stop.
Oh my God.
And literally just like tons of crack is like flying in the air, like $5,000, just crazy amounts of money just everywhere. And just, I'll never forget seeing like D-Love's face, just his eyes like so wide, and so much crack and so much money. And then we happened to get in this accident in like a really bad neighborhood for a black person to be. He's like, dude, I just got out of prison like 6 months ago. I was in some prison for some bullshit, and this is the kind of place where that's going to happen again. And he was just like, look, like, I don't know what we should do, but like, I think I can get out of here. And we're just like, do you want the crack and the money? And he's like, yeah, like I could like start a new life with all this. So we just like, dude, just take all of it and just get out of here. And we're, you know, we don't know your real name. We don't know anything about you. And, you know, we can be honest with the cops, and they're still not going to, if you get out of here quick enough. And he took all of it, like cleaned out the car, said he had to go pee, and just took off. And then the driver of the truck, it was his fault. He's like throwing beer cans into oncoming traffic, like just armfuls of them, like throwing them, and cars are like hitting them and honking. And the police get there, and he just says it was some black guy. He was drinking and like blames him for the beer. And these cops just, it was a for sure an interaction that really like sent the idea home that some cops are incredibly racist. Like, he was like, you can't hang out with those guys, man. Like he was probably going to kill you. He was just going to steal all your stuff. They're all in gangs, he said.
Fuck,
like,
man.
he was like, you can't like mix it up with those kind of people. And it's like,
A black guy?
yeah. And we were just seeing all the other cops, like a bunch of the other cops were like shaking their head like, God, I fucking hate this guy. Like, he's so racist. But a bunch of them were kind of like, yeah, man, like, what are you guys doing?
Did you tell the cop that D Love was driving
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
he ran off?
Yeah. We just said, yeah, he said he had to pee and he took off.
See, that's, I mean, what is it, a stolen vehicle? What are you talking about?
No, it was my friend's brand new first car, Honda Civic, that he had bought a week and a half ago.
Oh my God, totaled it out.
Yeah. Oh, it was destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely destroyed.
So, what ended up happening? They arrest the truck driver?
No, they just believed his story and sent him on his merry way.
Really?
Just immediately, just like, oh, they're like calling him, it's a black guy. Like, they're just,
Oh my
it was
God.
brutal.
Like it's some fucking Dave Chappelle's like bit.
It was. There, unlike the Dave Chappelle bit, there were, like I said, a bunch of cops. There was even a cop that came and told us, like, I'm really sorry. Like, they're like, I'm sorry you're hearing this stuff. Like, they're like, we, trying to kind of signal to us, like, we don't all think like this, but this guy's senior to all of us, and
Yeah,
he's
that
kind
seems
of
like
prick.
seems like a massive problem. That's what they
Yeah.
mean by like institutional problems. There's
Yeah.
like a club of people that like they can just act that way
Yeah,
in private, and you're the asshole for saying anything.
yeah, exactly. It's a culture in certain districts. It's
Yeah.
like my life experience has taught me that, and the black friends I've had also, like lots of, talking about that story with other black friends. And like a lot of them are like, that's the kind of shit I grew up with. And then others are like, I have in my entire life never had anything
Yeah.
like that. I've never felt discriminated against. And it's just, what district are you in?
Yeah.
Like, what's the culture of that police force?
I've heard both sides too.
Yeah. So that's the worst accident I've ever been in. I've seen really bad accidents. As a kid, I remember just seeing this, like, God, it was like this little shitty hatchback, and there were strong winds on the highway, and this hatchback is just swerving all over the place, and then they just fly off the highway and just roll like 20 times. And we go up to the door, and it's just two super old people just covered in blood. They're just fucked up. And I just remember just being like traumatized, just like, there's something about the way it rolled was humorous. And then you see them and you're like, oh my God, like these people, they must, like every bone must be broken.
Yeah.
These poor, but then they were okay. Like one of them like had to get carted off, but yeah, the EMT said they'd probably be okay. But the husband was fine. Like the husband had cuts. I don't know how, man.
Who was driving?
The husband. It was the husband. But dude, they were too old to be.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The guy was probably like 85.
Oh my God.
That scares me so much, man. Like trying to wrangle in your parents when they get too old. It's like having people be like, "Hey, your dad killed my daughter, you asshole. Like, don't let them drive." And it's like, he's a willful old man. Like we've
Yeah.
tried. He finds a way.
Yeah.
Just how much of a nightmare that'd be, man.
I told you I saw an accident. You were actually training me on Graveyard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I saw
shit. I
a
forgot all about that.
car roll over on the highway. It did like flipped a couple times.
That's right. Yeah.
It was just a weird night. I was living outside
That's a
of
crazy story, man.
yeah, I was living outside of like the town proper.
Yeah.
So I was coming into town from like on a road next to the highway. It was like a nice chill night. I had the windows down,
Right.
and I just heard like tires screeching, and I looked to my left, and I'm seeing like a car, like an SUV, barrel roll like 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and just come to a stop on its wheels. I'm like, holy shit! That happened like right next to me. So I pull over immediately and get out, and I start running over
Yeah.
to be like, is everyone okay?
Right, right.
And it's just some guy by himself, and he's like yelling. he's like totally like so he get like I watch him get out of the car and start like walking around, and I'm like yelling at him like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, are you good, man?" And
Jesus, man.
I don't remember what he said, but I just heard him like cursing at me
Yeah,
and like screaming,
right.
and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna call the cops and leave. Like, fuck this.
Yeah, for sure. Get the fuck out of there. That's pretty common in this town, I think. Just seeing people get in accidents and they're belligerent and drunk.
God,
But
yeah.
that's insane. I've never had that experience. That'd be awful.
It was so it scared the shit out of me. That was one of the few times I was like, I really wish I carried.
Yeah, yeah. I've had a couple encounters. I had a guy like shadow boxing like a couple inches from my face because I gave him money, but it wasn't enough. And he's just like ranting about boxing, and he's just like, that's fucking nuts. In front of my wife, like it was fucking nuts. Like I'm just telling her to get in the car. Like he's like, I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I don't have that much, but I'll give you whatever I have. And it was like $1.80 or something. He's like, $1.80. He's like, fuck you, man, and just like shadow boxing and talking about like some oh fuck, what boxer?
There's something really funny.
Tapia.
There's something
Ranting
really
about
funny
Tapia.
about a beggar literally being a chooser.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
I've seen that so many times.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like as a kid, did you ever give to a homeless person and have them be really, really shitty and you're like, huh, okay, I'm gonna be different now for the rest of my life?
No.
Like, you haven't?
No, what? I mean, I did have homeless people be shitty to me when I tried to be friendly or whatever, but it didn't let me. I always understood that that's just an individual,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
you know.
So you were more evolved than me as a kid.
I also used to, when I was a teenager, I'd give like a homeless guy $10 and be like, "Get yourself a shitty bottle and get me a shitty bottle."
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I've on occasion like given money to him and just been like, dude, just do whatever. Just have fun.
Yeah.
I knew this guy at my second job I ever had as a busboy. He was a waiter there, and his name was Fred, spelled Phred. And Fred,
Who's the asshole that wrote that down?
oh my god, man! But Fred was awesome. Like he was a really nice guy.
I'm picturing it every time you say it.
He lived up to the name. He was so funny and so silly. But then years go by, and like I remember like talking to someone, like, I wonder whatever happened to Fred, and no one knew. He just like disappeared. And we were still underage, and I saw him outside of a liquor store yelling at a board, like a 2x4 that he's holding in his hands.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's Fred. And I'm like, dude, there must be some kind of, it'll be okay. This whole thing with the 2x4. And he's like introduced the 2x4 with like a name, and it was like his little friend, I guess. And he just looking in his eyes, I'm like, damn, man, like Fred's gone downhill.
Fred's gone.
Yeah.
You could have just stopped there.
But he recognized me, and a little bit of the spark of the old Fred like came back, and he was like, why are you guys at a liquor store? And we're like, actually, we would like to get some booze. And he's like, oh, I got you. Like, so we gave him money, and he ran out with his board and with a bottle. And he's just like, yeah, they weren't happy with the board, like, and I just ran out with the bottle.
We're happy with the board.
And, I just pictured him in there, like, threatening them or something. We just, like, peel out, like, drive off with, like, a big handle of vodka and trying to make conversation with this guy.
Poor bastard. Like, it's crazy how you can just lose your mind
It is.
at any point. It seems even totally sane people, it seems like, just go off the deep end and
Yeah.
completely lose it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I've seen that happen to so many people. Just the stress, the wear and tear. Men in particular, like, think they're invincible, but it catches up. But dude, Fred, even with all those problems Fred was having, he seemed like happier than me, man. Like he was still smiling. He was just,
Hmm.
the things he was saying they weren't like adding up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a good guy. I hope he's okay. Poor Fred, man.
Do people live long on the street?
PHRED. Yeah, man.
I'm curious, like how long do people live on the street?
Dude, when I was in Skid Row, that was a lot of old looking, fucked up addict people.
Yeah, I wonder how long can you live on the street before like it's almost like kind of being back in the animal kingdom in a way
It
where
is.
if at some point you get past a certain age like you can't take care of yourself anymore.
Right. Yeah, it ends so dark, man.
Yeah, a lot of it.
It was when I was in Skid Row, it's just rows and rows and rows of tents and like on the side of the street and like the bad streets, it's just like multiple rows of tents encroaching into the street. Some of the people I interacted with were pretty close to death for sure. I think there's probably a kind of when you get near the end, you probably just get a big dose and just kind of do yourself in.
How is that empathy?
You mean how we treat them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
How is anything about that empathetic?
When exchange students come here that I've been friends with or interacted with through other people I know, that's like the medical system and that they're just like, what are you guys doing? Like, and by the way, like most of them are very positive about our country and like you should be really happy you have the institutions you have. Like we would give up our lives to have a fifth of the institutions you have that maintain like the rule of law and all that stuff, and keep your currency, like relatively stable and stuff. But that horrifies them. They're just like, we come from a country with like, an 18th of your GDP per capita, and we take care of that. Like that's like one of the first things you take care of in a society.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's so embarrassing, man.
Yeah. It literally is the most vulnerable on the street.
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, I think it's like the punitive thing that we have that's like, you made your bed, now you lie in it. And it's like, yeah, man, like, I don't think Fred, it's not his fault, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not like you decided to become friends with the board and start threatening people in liquor stores. It's like something is seriously wrong.
There's millions of Freds out there.
There are probably very few with it spelled that poorly, though. But yeah,
No, you're actually married to a very lovely lady.
she is amazing.
Yeah. She's alright. Nah, she's super cool, man.
She's great.
That's the type of person that I want to not like exactly, but like that type of relationship where you're just married to your best friend.
Yeah, it's great. She saved my life, man.
Yeah.
She totally saved me. I was such a wreck. I have no idea why she put up with my bullshit.
Yeah, women want to take care of things.
Yeah, it is like, yeah, we're both men and women right now are really, really bad at seeing the value in the other. And both of us are incredible,
We really are. I was talking to my brother about that. We were smoking a joint that I rolled that I just filled with like my homemade hash.
Oh, yeah.
I put like at least like half gram of hash in there.
Damn.
And when I get really stoned, I get anxious and existential.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
So I was just kind of in that place, but also extremely grateful to be a part of this, like, the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, we're really lucky.
Even if you were born to suffer the most painful existence possible, like, there's still something to be grateful about there, just being a part of it.
Yeah. My childhood and everything was really bad, and I was an antinatalist. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a philosophical, it's basically a position that you take on whether or not it's moral to have children.
Mm.
And an antinatalist is against anyone having children. And I definitely was like that for a very long time. And it wasn't until I came around to enjoying life and processing everything and kind of resting like some level of control over it.
Mm.
And not that you can ever control it, but some degree of control and kind of, yeah, setting up a life that I actually wanted to live. And then even more than that, because even all of that, like, it didn't go incredibly well. But beyond that, just being really, really grateful for what we do have, and just realizing like we're basically like not that far removed from chimps, and we made it to the moon, and we're making AI. Like, my God, if we aren't the little ape that could, like,
Yeah.
just if you would have told Homo habilis like what we would accomplish, they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't believe it. We
Yeah.
wouldn't believe it 1,000 years ago. It's amazing.
They wouldn't have most of the concepts that we talk about on the daily.
Yeah, for sure. They would be horrified too. Like, it does. Then the horror of what we are happens at scale. So it does go both ways.
I
Like,
think they would be overly. I think the horror would subside if they understood daily lives of people that live in the first world.
yeah,
They'd be like, "Oh, you're telling me an entire population
yeah,
will wake up every day and expect to live through the day and not."
right. So the cost of that for that 80-year period of extended peace was how many tens of millions, but there were so many of you, and you get 80 years of relative peace around the world. Like, sounds better than they're like sacrificing children to Baal. Like,
Yeah.
they're just endless versions of the stories in the Old Testament. Kill all the men, all the women, all the children, dash the babies' heads.
What a selfish perspective, though, almost, right? Throwing away millions and millions of lives and creating the potential to end the world
Right.
just to create like a peace that literally can't last.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like it's coming to a close.
I don't know. I just hope that we're in another like Red Scare. That's what I'm coping with.
You're hoping that we'll have like another Cold War and be really.
Well, I think my cope is that we're in one,
Yeah, I think we are.
and this is just another, like, people's fears are heightened
Yeah.
about, it was all the whole Cold War thing was just existential dread, right?
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
we're experiencing that again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I hope so. I think that's just a cope, though. Could be.
You think the existential dread helps to avoid the thermonuclear exchange?
One more time.
So, why do you want another Red Scare? Like, why do you want the.
Oh, I don't want one, but I think I'm hoping that's what we're experiencing.
You're hoping that's all it is.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
That makes sense.
That's like
okay.
the extent of where, and then we'll look back on this in 50 years and be like, geez, like at the time I could see why people felt that way, but really if you pull back, it's so obvious that that's not what was happening.
Right.
You know?
For sure. Yeah. It's, I hope it's all kind of bluster.
I think a lot of it has to be like every state needs to assert themselves to
Yeah.
be even taken seriously as a state.
Right.
Like there's a lot of like those places that are only a couple of states in the world will recognize a state,
Right.
and they try to get recognition, and like if they get enough recognition, they actually their borders will show up on the world map and stuff.
Yeah. Right now that's happening in like southwestern Morocco.
Good.
But yeah, a state needs to assert itself, and that maybe that's like kind of what's going on with the tension right
Right.
now, as people are throwing their weight around. Like, you have to make enough noise for people to even take it seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Like with us and Iran and all of the moves that are like, oh, that was all just optics.
I hope that's what it was.
I don't know about. I mean, like Iran specifically, like attacking Israel and being like, by the way, Israel, we're gonna blow up that building, make sure no one is there, and like, they blow up the building and no one dies, and
Did they do that?
yeah, they've done that kind of thing multiple times.
Okay. That's not a
Um,
blanket statement. That's just like sometimes they
yeah,
do this.
they've definitely tried to kill a bunch
Okay.
of Israelis too, recently especially, but the attack on the Qatari U.S. base, a lot of people think maybe that was
Hmm.
after the B2s.
Gotcha.
They attacked that Qatari base. A lot of people think maybe that was they need to kind of
Yeah, they need to assert themselves
yeah,
for sure.
but
Otherwise,
they don't want to push it too far and start like an
yeah,
actual invasion thing.
yeah. Then otherwise your borders just don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's
The
weird.
one thing that seems different than that to me is Putin.
Mhm.
That seems kind of like a failing state flaming out, like ready to go supernova. But I don't know. I never know if what I read is propaganda. I mean, I'm sure it is, but
It's
so I
all
never know.
propaganda.
But it does seem desperate and kind of crazy. And then China, if it does make the move on Taiwan, it's not the same kind of desperate, insane thing. It's an ideological thing, but it'll fuck up the global economy for so long. So
Yeah,
if they take out TSMC and that
yeah.
high density silicon wafer,
It would be. It would change things for sure. It would be like Iran. Like we would just do no business with them
yeah,
forever.
right. It would be really bad.
How do we fucking hearing your stomach?
Sorry, my Friesland weird esophagus because of my ancestry. Just weird French I'm fucking French.
That's disgusting.
French Huguenots that ended up in the Netherlands.
Why am I friends with you?
I have no idea.
You really are an inferior race.
Yeah,
It's funny to like.
I feel like it. Most of my like male ancestors hung themselves. I think they knew what had to be done,
Yeah,
and I think I'm just kind of
a lot of them.
waffling. A bunch of them. Whenever I hear about my family history, it feels like fiction. Like it just feels like this can't be real. It's so dark. Just I was talking with my uncle and he's like, so and so, like he was a boxer, like famous, like took like almost won the world title in like the 1920s. It's funny back then it was like all Jews that were viewed as like another kind of black. Like they actually were referred to with the N word. And they're just like, these Jews are so physically fit and imposing. They just dominate all the sports. Like it's not fair. It's really weird that used to be a thing. But, what?
Are we thinking of the same Jews?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Dude, they were different not that long ago. It does make you think like it's the hardship that makes like a good fighter. But anyways, like yeah, he's a boxer. This is all the stuff he accomplished, and his dad, he was like in with the mob a little bit and had a Jewish accountant that was like his partner, and then he went into the cellar and he hung himself, trashed like drank like an entire bottle and hung himself. I'm like, Jesus. And then he goes to like the next person and he's like, yeah, he was a real interesting guy, like real smart, like real, just 1,000-yard stare though, and couldn't really like relate to people. And then goes on about their family and then he's like, yeah, it's so sad. He hung himself. Like, and I'm just, it was like 3 or 4 people in a row that he
Good
told
God.
me that hung themselves.
We gotta stop talking about suicide, man. It's way too like high of a theme in our conversations. Like
Yeah, I totally agree.
we're like zoned in on it.
The word quaff. Have you ever heard that word?
No,
Quaff it's a nice sounding word, but
it's
it's
definitely not.
to quaff a draft.
Quaff sounds like anti-Semitic. It's like I got gypped. I got quaffed. You know.
Yeah, The Quaffians
The Quaffians.
from Sector 6. They just keep fucking our kids. Alex Jones has been trying to warn us about it for
Has he?
years. Yeah, these five-dimensional...
You know, I don't listen to that guy enough. He's got a lot of really... he's got a really good, lot of good takes, man.
I don't think I've ever watched him directly. I've just seen clips of him and seen him on things.
He had really good points about the Sandy Hook stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of those people were crisis actors.
Yeah, no one had the balls to say the truth.
except for Alex Jones.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a full-on believer, too. Definitely.
He is fun. As long as you, like, disassociate from the kind of effect he has.
It's very fun to send haters to relatives of kids that were just shot horribly in a school. That's really fun.
It'd be fun if we found out this was all a game. This is all a simulation. We all paid for it. And it's like when you're playing a video game with a multiplayer element, like, you know, Dark Souls or something, and you get like trolled really hard. It's a good feeling. Like you're like, nice. And it's like it's a lively community that's fun. So if we find out that this is all a simulation, like Alex Jones would just be like, that'll be one of our memories when we're done with the game and look back on it like, damn, that was really, really good writing. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's done some like actual harm to people.
NPCs. NPCs.
Yeah.
There's nothing that it's like to be a Sandy Hook victim.
It's fun to dehumanize people. It's great to just relegate them to NPC. They're not even real.
Yeah.
Can't believe I got bitched at work
By the boss.
by the boss.
How did you feel?
How did I thought it was funny.
In the moment, you were like, this is funny.
Yes. And
That's awesome.
That's
man.
a problem.
Well,
That's definitely a problem.
would you rather be the opposite? Like, oh no, like she's so upset at me, like quivering.
Yeah. The only thing I was worried about was getting written up. But that worked.
Sorry. It's over. Sorry.
How am I supposed to do a podcast with you? How am I supposed to do this? Because you're just like constantly making fucking noise into the mics that shouldn't be there.
Sorry. I want to say it's over, but I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, why are we doing this? Can we just drink water and not fucking get gassy on the goddamn show?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just over here like, okay, I guess I'll wait till the fucking... I don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
Sorry, man.
No, you're good. Yeah, so we have a coworker that left some information out and encouraged me to do something that we weren't supposed to do. I think we should just scrap this. Can we just scrap this fucking thing? I mean, this is insane. You know this is insane, right? Do you hear any noises coming out of my fucking face? Like, have you heard me at all other than just my voice? This is crazy. I thought I was going to be the fucking problem in this, and it's just like you're fucking like a 5-year-old just sitting here snacking and like straight into the mic like, okay, dude. Cool.
It was
That's
not
fucking
straight
awesome.
into the mic.
Yeah, it was so loud in my ears. It was fucking, I think it clipped the fucking recording, dude. What are you talking about?
But it would have been even worse if it was direct into the mic.
This is unreal.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to work with this? I'm gonna start talking right now, and you're just gonna go off again with your stupid fucking esophagus issue.
Yeah, sorry. It's in the family.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why they hang themselves. They're just like this fucking vagus nerve and esophagus. They just
Yeah.
keep quivering. Like, I just have to make it stop. Like,
Stop
they weren't
drinking
even
fucking
trying.
alcohol.
Well, I
Maybe
only
that'll
had a
help.
very small amount.
Maybe that'll help. Do you
It's
notice it?
carbonation.
Yeah.
For sure. It
Yeah.
is carbonated. Yeah.
You fucking dick.
It,
You know this is a thing, and you drink carbonated shit right before we sit down.
Yeah. Well, it's because like a little bit of alcohol kind of calms me down. And I can't drink
You feel
and then
calm?
drive over here.
You feel-
I do feel calm.
That's good.
Yeah. Dude, you should have seen me like 20 years ago. I think we would have gotten along really well actually. You'd be like, but you would leave. You'd be like, I'm totally out for this. Like, I don't want to have
Yeah.
anything to, this is
It's too far.
going into a dangerous
Yeah.
place. But
Yeah, beyond the pale for sure.
I don't know. I think I got you to have aged garlic. I'm pretty convincing to get people to do things. What about D-Love and the night? Like, and
Something like that,
I think you would have been. I think I would have talked you into it.
maybe.
I can be pretty convincing. I think I could have talked you into it.
There's been a couple nights where I'm in a car with a bunch of strangers and we're driving around getting up to no good.
It's a good feeling.
It's a crazy feeling.
It's talking about like things maybe being like a video game, like that possibility. Those nights feel like you're playing it like a video game. Like when you really don't give a fuck
Yeah.
and you just kind of like just put the gas like all the way down and let's just see what happens. And I don't give a fuck what happens.
So glad I don't do that anymore. That's
Yeah,
a
me
real
too.
dangerous thing to do.
It's insane.
Yeah, I watched people like shoot out car windows, and I watched someone bust out like one of the, like the bay windows,
Yeah.
in, like the front of a house.
Yeah.
Just walk up to it and bust it out. It's crazy. I watched a guy try to stab a bus tire.
Try. I love try. This is a fun conversation. Was he drunk?
We were all pretty trashed.
So
yeah.
he tried to stab a bus tire, probably in like an apoplectic rage. Like he didn't get laid.
He did have a micro penis.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he had a like big solid steel knife with just like paracord wrapped around like the the metal handle.
Yeah.
It was like all one unit, and he stood up in front of the bus tire with his butt to it and tried to stab it like from the front to the rear. And he did it like 3 times, and he pulled it away, and the knife was just sideways, like bent completely sideways. And I like Googled it later, and it's like, oh, bus tires, like some of them are just solid rubber.
Oh, wow.
There's not even air.
Okay. That's funny to like try to be a delinquent and
Yeah.
to be destructive and to fail at it.
Yeah, but if he had succeeded, I mean, I don't know what kind of pressure they're running, but buses are really fucking heavy. So he could have hurt himself.
Yeah, for sure. Like if it would have actually.
Yeah.
I had this is very embarrassing to admit, but I had a night in a very bad little like stretch of like 6 dry months where I was so locked in my head I couldn't get laid. But I went with my drummer and my jam band. We went to a bunch of like punk nightclubs, and I can't relate to punk people. Like I like them. When they get older, I like them. They have more nuance, but like early on, like high school, early college years.
They're so fucking annoying, dude.
Yeah.
It's the most like self-centered.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know.
All right, never mind.
Most self-centered, but
Cut it out. Cut it out. I don't want. I'm the punks. I'm afraid of. I'm super afraid of them.
yeah. It's so funny. Like, it's like if we're heading to a civil war and it's right versus left, like you guys don't have a chance. Like, you
Yeah.
aren't even all bravado.
Yeah.
It isn't like they're all bravado. It's like they don't even have the bravado, like.
Have you seen that? I don't know if it's like a tweet or whatever, but it's like someone being like, "If you're a communist and you don't own a gun, why?"
Yeah,
And all the responses are like, "Because I'd kill myself." because I'd be afraid of what I do with it, because I don't trust myself, because I have this mental illness, because I have that mental illness. It's like, you're all a bunch of fucking losers.
Anyone worried about a communist takeover, like that's like all you need to know.
Yeah.
Really, it's like
I know.
that's we're there's no reason to be scared of like Hassan pulling a gun on stream or whatever. Like, oh, it's really happening. Like
That
they're
dude's
gonna,
such a bitch.
yeah.
They're all just bitches.
So speaking of bitches, I could not get laid, and none of us did. One of the guys, like, was that guy I told you about that just he had some magic thing he would whisper into women's ears.
Yeah.
And he would just any girl I ever saw him whisper into their ears, like they would immediately go fuck him.
That's fucking creepy.
And then
man.
he blew his head out. Like blew his head off. Like
Oh,
he
nice.
was everyone I've known, every guy I've known that had that magic touch with women, they were you like, oh, you realize like, oh, they're miserable and really, really fucked up and they can never have like a normal relationship.
Like missing something.
Yeah, missing a lot of things. But I went before we went to the punk rock nightclubs. We went to my drummer's mom's house. This like 78-year-old like oil baron mom. And he hit on her. Like he was like, damn, like she bent over to pick something up. Like he was like he couldn't help himself. And like the drummer is just like, Jesus Christ, dude, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh, Mom, we're leaving. Like, I'm so sorry. He's an animal. Like, but he was like, he was so apologetic. And then we just like went out and he was just an animal. Like he just he had one gear and it was like, in any situation, how do I get laid right now?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Imagine hitting on somebody that you're supposed to be cool with, hitting on their ancient mother.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Although I could imagine you doing that just like
As a bit.
yeah, as a bit. This wasn't a bit for him.
Yeah, it would definitely be. But that's so brazen even to do that for a bit. Like
It was insane.
That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, please don't ever do that to my mom. I'd be so
No,
upset.
I would never do that. I would just make you look like a good little Christian boy to your mom.
Yeah.
If anything.
That would help a lot.
I feel bad for her. She has got that as a fucking son. You've definitely put her through hell. You talking about me like putting my mom
so
through hell with
much.
this shit I say?
Yeah.
You put your mom through hell with your fucking actions.
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny, I was just I was just at my parents' house earlier and I was saying shit like to upset my mom again. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just went into this huge thing about like my dad had cooked me a steak.
Yeah.
And I ate it and I was like, "Can I blow you?" And I just like went into detail about how I would suck him off. Like heavy detail about like I'm like
what the fuck?
flipping your cock up and putting both of your balls in my mouth at the same time. And I'm like stroking you off and like hopefully you nut and it's gonna just land all in my hair and I just get to live with it, crusted up in my hair. And I just look over at my mom and she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" She was like cringing really hard and she didn't say anything actually, but when I go like, "What's your problem?" She goes, "I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't understand why you have to go there." It's just so.
How'd your dad react?
He's like kind of on board with my mom, but
I thought you were gonna say kind of on board with it. I was like,
No.
what?
He's on board with my mom, but he is like a sick fuck too. So at some point, I was like, imagine if Dad was into it. You know, I was like, if he was just like, "Yeah, dude, I want to fucking shove my cock down your throat. I want to feel your throat to like tensing around my dick." And I was just like, my dad was laughing at that point, like.
Oh my god, man.
But it's it's upsetting to my mom. And
Dude.
that's why I say shit like that.
Your family dynamic must just be nothing like my family. If I did something like that, they would both like drop dead. Like they would both go into like shock.
You wouldn't talk about sucking your dad's dick
Oh,
to your mom?
dear God, no.
No.
No. My mom won't stop talking to me
Sounds boring.
about their oh God, I can't
Yeah,
talk
no,
about
that's
that.
fine. That's fine. But that does sound really boring that you can't like what's the like it sounds like you can joke about some things with your family. Like your family does like to laugh, right?
Yeah, we have dark humor about like death, about disease.
Yeah, but just like sucking your dad's dick isn't funny over there.
Nothing sexual. Like my
It's
dad will do it every now and then, and it's so inappropriate. We went to like a party when I was like 15 with my friend. He had his cousin from LA with them and her mom, and her mom was like whoring her out to some production company in LA because fucking LA is a nightmare, like pedophilic nightmare. So she comes out with like a boombox, and the mom announces to like the 50 people at this party, this like rich family's party, that she's going to do a dance, and like they play like some pop music, and she comes out like wearing like very, very little, like a 14-year-old girl with like, like a tiny top on and like a very revealing bottom, and
how old is she?
she's like 14.
Okay.
And
Jesus
it's
Christ,
just
man.
like bending over and like shaking her ass, and just the whole party is just like, oh my God, what is wrong with LA?
See,
Like
this
it
is where
just,
I get really uncomfortable with like when it's real and you're talking about children,
yeah,
that actually makes me really uncomfortable.
it was very
That
upsetting.
sucks. Yeah,
And like
that sounds
everyone
upsetting.
was upset.
Yeah.
And the mom, so my dad's like, okay, we're leaving. Like, let's get out of here. These are not our kind of people. Like, I don't know what's going on here. And my friend's mom and her sister, the mom of this girl, follow us out. And this girl's mom is upset that we're leaving. She's like, you guys like didn't even like, it would mean a lot to her if you like compliment. She's put a lot of work into it. And my dad just I can see his face when he's like going to make a joke, and it's like there's no stopping it.
Yeah.
And it isn't even a funny joke. He's just like, yeah, I just forgot all my ones. And they're like, what? And he's like, and just does like the motion of like flipping money, like, making it rain on a stripper. But yeah, and they just were shocked and like let us go. And then the next time I talked to my friend's mom, he's like, dude, your dad's never invited again to our house.
Thank fucking God. Who the hell wants to be invited to that?
It's a nightmare.
That's fucking disgusting. Imagine whoring out your child.
Jesus, man.
What a sick fuck.
I don't know what's worse, the thought that none of that even enters their mind, that they're just like, this is liberation and this is self-expression, and that means that the kid is like primed to get abused by some psycho at Nickelodeon or whatever. Or it is worse that they know. If they know this is a dark thing and we're in this and we're going to keep going, like, in spite of.
I think a lot of people, unfortunately, do. I mean, I've seen a lot of child exploitation on the internet. Like people that, for whatever reason, they'll have they'll make content with their kids,
Oh, I know.
and they put their kids in like weird situations, and
Yeah.
they like pander to the creepy side of the audience. It's really dark.
Yeah, man. Like, we need a map of the human brain. We need to brain scan everyone, and we need to put a bunch of these people to pasture.
You know, I looked up the pedophiles in my neighborhood.
Really?
There's one up the street.
Really?
Yeah, just up the street. And 12, what, 14 years ago? No, 12 years ago? Whatever, 12 or 14 years ago, he was convicted on like 60 counts, including manufacturing, distributing, and something else, child pornography. Like he was just involved with the whole supply chain in child porn. And this dude's like, I don't know, 15 houses down from me, right up the street.
That's insane that they could ever be around kids ever
Yeah,
again.
there's kids in the neighborhood.
Like, why don't we have like pedophile only neighborhoods?
It's probably why we don't have like nuclear power. It's like not in my backyard.
Yeah, I don't know what we do about that. There's like a level of assertiveness and just dealing with an obvious problem
I think it's like
that we're lacking.
we should take hints from the Middle East a little bit. We should punitive. If you're fully convicted of like fucking with kids,
Yeah.
we cut your cock and balls off, and if we catch you again, you don't have hands anymore.
Like I get that for sure. It is a horrifying thing to think about, like people being wrongfully convicted, like even if it's 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
Like they cut your cock and balls off in your hands, and then 5 years
Yeah.
later they find you had nothing to
I
do with
know,
it.
right?
It's
That's
just a crazy cop that just saw you, doesn't like people that wear like 70s band shirts, and just decided this is the guy. Like made up evidence, but if we could know.
What's that quote about? I'd rather have like 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man.
Yeah, it was one of the founding fathers. I forget who.
Yeah, that's so idealistic, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And like with everything going on right now with like Epstein and all that stuff, it does feel like we're getting to a point where it's like, hey, maybe we should be a little rash for a little while. And
Yeah, yeah.
it's gone on long enough. It's gone far enough.
The crimes we're talking about specifically weren't even a crime. Like weren't even considered back then. Like they're sophisticated now. The
Right.
level that this shit is happening.
Yeah. Using international law against our children.
Yeah, but we should get off this topic.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that like angers and bums me out more. But
We can't stop talking about the worst things.
yeah. I mean it does, it kind of feels like there's like from one perspective, like our society is like the cushiest society ever.
Mm.
But weirdly, all of us are like, not all of us, but a great many of us are pretty hyper aware of like really disturbing things going on
Yeah.
because of the advent of the internet and like social media and cell phones.
I've been saying that for a while. It's cruel to subject like the average person to that kind of information all the time.
It is.
I don't know if I've said this before on
Yeah, I don't think you have. Maybe. But
But
yeah, it is. Cool.
I know somebody that would probably be a happy person if they touched grass
Yeah.
and they weren't like constantly inundated with propaganda and children exploding
Yeah.
in different parts of the world. It'll like radicalize you instantly.
Yeah, for sure.
It's unfair. Yeah, those people should be focused on their community, the people around them.
Yeah, we need that to like think more local. But it's hard to think local when we like don't even really have like a sense of community.
Dude, fucking thinking local. I need glasses,
Yeah.
and my parents were telling me like just go to Walmart. They'll do your eyes there. I was horrified by the idea.
Yeah.
You know, like what's next? Like I'm gonna get a fucking root canal at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like where does this go, and how is that not a monopoly?
Yeah, for sure. People do their banking at Walmart.
Yeah,
They get like cashier's checks.
everything. I get my oil changed and my tires at Walmart.
Did I ever tell you about waking up in a drainage ditch under the highway? just covered in like blood and oil runoff from the not Walmart but Sam's Club.
Oh my God. Was it
auto
your blood?
center. Yeah,
It was your blood.
and I was
Okay.
so relieved when I realized it's all my blood.
How
But
much blood?
it was mostly in my hair. I
Okay.
had really long, like, fucking like black metal
Yeah.
hair.
So
Just,
did you like smash your head or something?
I don't know, man. I probably just flopped around in the drainage ditch a lot and cut myself up. But like, I woke up laying on my face. I was like 19, and I just wake up like feeling the rumble of cars going over me in the drainage ditch.
Oh.
And just I hear water running, and I'm like, I can't get up. Like, what is going on? But I just fell back asleep, and then the water like hit me, and half of my face is like covered in just oil
Oh.
and water from the water runoff from the auto center at Sam's Club. And I had to like crawl backwards to get. I tried to crawl frontwards, and I was like, wow, that's way longer when I like looked through my legs
You
backwards.
couldn't fucking stand up?
No, it's tiny. I was like, I was like literally like 40 yards into a very small pipe.
You were in a pipe. That wasn't just a drainage ditch, my friend. You were in a pipe.
Yeah, not a drainage
You
ditch.
could have drowned in a pipe.
I-
'Cause you're
I-
a fucking idiot.
So that when the water and oil hit me, like I'm like panicking, and I back all the way out of the pipe, and I'm on a frontage road to the highway, and it's 3:30 p.m. and it's just like everyone's going to pick up their kids from school, and I'm just literally like some like Two-Face, like some just reject like Batman villain. Like half of me is covered in oil, all my hair's like got blood in it,
Oh my God.
and I look at my phone. I've got like 5% on my like shitty flip phone, and I reach in my back pocket. It's just filled with Xanax bars. And when I see the date on my phone, I'm like, there is no way that's the date. Like, it's been like days since I've been a conscious agent in the world.
Holy shit, man.
And I call my friend, and he doesn't answer. I call again. The crazy friend with the girl screaming as
Sure,
his
yeah.
cell phone thing. That was like, I was there for him, saved his life and stuff, so he would be there for me. He didn't answer the first time, answered the second time, was really mad. And I was like, dude, I don't know what I did to you to make you upset, but like, I need you to pick me up. And then the way I finally got him to pick me up was like, my pocket's full of Xanax bars. Like, I'll give you Xanax bars. And he came to pick me up.
Oh my God.
And thank God, like, no one called the cops. And I just must have looked insane. And so I'm like, I talked to him, and he's just like, dude, like, it's fucking bullshit. Like, dealing with you this last like 3 days has been a nightmare. And like, I talked to him about like what went on, and like apparently like so it started with Ambien. Like, I took Ambien and went out and like partied. I came to his house at like 2 a.m. on like a Thursday or a Friday.
You're partying on Ambien?
On it,
That was like a drug you were taking to get fucked up? Or?
no, I was not sleeping, and I got a prescription for Ambien.
So you took it and then went out?
Yeah, and this happened multiple times, and I crashed my car on it as well. Like, ran into an electric box and came home with my hair all like crazy, like Einstein hair, because like I hit an electric box.
Yeah, on Ambien. So what is it truly a zombie-like state? Like, you're not even there?
It felt incredible, and I would fall asleep finally, and I was really like losing my mind because I couldn't sleep. And sorry about the clicks with the wedding ring, but yeah, it felt incredible, and I would wake up in my bed most of the time I took it, not in a drainage ditch, but I'd wake up in my bed just feeling like, oh my God, I finally got sleep. I'm okay. I'll be able to handle life like I'm sleeping. But a couple times there were like weird things, like my window in my bedroom as a teenager, like the screen was off of it, and I'm like, am I like sneaking out at while I'm? And I looked it up and found like a bunch of
Jesus,
people are
dude, that is so
doing.
scary.
It is
That is
terrifying.
so fucking scary. Not
Yeah.
not lights are on, nobody home. Like you're actually sleepwalking.
Well, here's the fucked up part: is I was a fun guy. When I would go out on Ambien, I'd pick up girls. So I showed up at my friend's house at like 2 a.m. with someone else's car. Just someone else's car from whatever party we went to
Do you
with
ever?
two girls.
Did you know the person's car? Like
No,
you didn't even know the person.
I don't know.
So
I
so
can't
you
imagine I did.
possibly stole a car.
I'm pretty sure I stole a car, and I don't know what happened after that.
You've almost certainly stole a car on Ambien.
Yeah, like a convertible, and he said like he finally woke up and opened the door, and there's two girls like standing up drinking directly out of a bottle, and then he's like, okay, like at least he brought girls. Like, what the fuck happened to my friend who's normally just like 1,000 yard stare,
Oh my god.
like looking like Jack Nicholson in The Shining more often than not.
That's
Like,
so badass that you've stolen a car, dude.
well, it's a really shitty thing to be like, you're a badass, fun guy when you're unconscious. As long as you are unconscious, you're really, really fun. But yeah, and he's like, then you said you had to bring the car back and you were really annoying and like really kind of like pushy and like trying to get him to come out with us and just weird and different, and like I annoyed him, and then we left, and he's like, I don't know what happened after that, and that was like a day and a half before I woke up in the ditch. So
So there's like a day of your life missing.
yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that, and that's like where I ended up getting into opiates. Is it was like, it's not like taking opiates isn't going to increase the likelihood of me dying. Like, it's actually like a safety belt, and maybe I can get like 6 more months out of this bad boy, because it's
Oh my god, man.
like waking up in like I woke up in a frozen puddle naked once, like literally with it like frozen over my lip,
I've never.
and then just ran naked all the way back home
What?
and knocked on my parents' door, like ran for miles, like 2 miles.
Dude,
And
wait.
my parents just, if you talk to my parents, they'll remember all this stuff, and just like them being really furious with me and like carting me off to like a developmental psychologist
Oh
the
my
next
God.
morning.
That's so scary. Imagine your son is like coming home naked, frozen.
The weirdest thing about that one is, so I got my parents to drive me out to where I thought I parked in the middle of the desert with my Nissan truck, and all of my clothes was perfectly folded and just sat in the passenger seat.
Oh my god, that's like one of those missing 411 cases.
Yeah,
It's all people just what were you on then? Ambien?
I think I was just drinking a lot. So,
You got that drunk?
dude, I would literally like chug bottles, like entire bottles of booze.
I did that once.
I would drink. It's insane that I'm alive. Like the amount. It was just like, I need my brain to be off. And if there is no means to do that, like I'll like dive headfirst into a brick wall. Like whatever it is, just shut it off. Like, because I was such a fucking mess. I was in such a bad way. But yeah, I was never suicide, never like consciously like I give up or I'm going to kill myself. Never. But it was, I don't want to be here, and just whatever it takes to shut it off, you know?
That's definitely some kind of self-harm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess,
You said you woke up in a pond with it frozen over your lip?
not a pond, a puddle.
A puddle.
A puddle. frozen over my lip. It was awful. And it was very funny to break your face out of a frozen puddle.
Oh my god.
So oh God, there was another time where I was out in the cold like that. But my friend, the same crazy friend, he said I was just so drunk. We're just driving around like a neighborhood, and I just climbed onto his lap and just kept pointing directly into his eyes with this look like, what the fuck's going on? And like, he just literally kicked me and then just pulled me out of the car and drove off.
You sound like a fucking nightmare to deal with.
Most of the time I wasn't.
I was on the highway one time, and my cousin's a fucking idiot. I watched him drop 16 tabs, I think, of acid, and like there was he just kept on popping it, like putting those in his mouth, because he knew a guy in the area that was like, he had Bibles.
Yeah.
So he just ended up having, like, he would buy sheets all the time.
Damn, man.
So I watched him.
That.
I watched him personally drop like 16, and I'm sure it was higher than that. But I was driving, and he was in the back seat, and we were on the highway, and we were like going past like the area where his girlfriend lived.
Yeah.
And I just heard him be like, "I need to walk to my girlfriend's house," and he just started like he opened the door. I'm going like 70 miles an hour. He like opened the door in the back and started pushing against the wind to like step out. And I had to like turn around and grab him by the like shirt and just like pull him like into the car and be like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Dealing with people on a massive amount of drugs is such a nightmare.
It really is.
I don't like doing it.
No, it sucks.
It sucks so bad.
It's
they make
much
the
less
worst
sucky
decisions.
if you're as fucked up as them. But then you are likely to get like hauled off.
Yeah, or you might die. Just kill yourself because you're an idiot.
Dude, girls don't do anything like this. I'm like looking into the statistics of like how fucked men are right now. Like young men, they're just like, they're not at work, like they're not in school. Like, where are all the young men? They're just fucked.
Yeah.
You hear these stories and it's like, yeah, like we need a lot of guidance.
Taking a lot of drugs. Jumping off cliffs and shit.
Yeah. I remember being a little kid, like 12 years old, and we had this big canyon near where I lived. And there was this beautiful, like, little, at the top of the cliff, it's like maybe a 200-foot drop. Rainwater had carved this beautiful channel into the side of the cliff, and it, like, dug down into the sandstone. And you could walk, and then you'd even have cover of sandstone over your head right at the edge. And it was like this little window, this portal in the cliff, and then you'd peek out, and it's a 200-foot drop. And there's one creosote plant that had grown in that spot. And I was so fucked up as a kid that, like, I wanted to know if I wanted to be here anymore. And I grabbed that creosote bush and flung myself out over the edge.
How old were you?
12.
That was like a... Okay, go ahead.
And I just remember looking down and like thinking about like my body like slamming into the rocks. And I immediately realized like I wanted to be here. And that I didn't want to die, and that what I really wanted to was to redeem my life somehow. And I mean, I'm putting like language on this I didn't have then. I wasn't like, I must redeem myself. I was, God knows like what I actually thought, but yeah, like it was actually really hard to pull myself back into the portal. I was like, I thought I was gonna die, but it's stuff like that. I've never heard a girl tell a story like that. Like we're kind of,
Yeah, we're dumb.
yeah, we are.
We're really. I mean, I've had plenty of near death experiences that were just my fault. Putting myself in a really bad situation.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't feel that way anymore. Like I'm really thoughtful and careful about what I do when I do it.
Yeah, me now as well, and maybe even to a fault, like to a point that's almost a little neurotic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, me too. There's certain bars and stuff that I won't go to, especially on certain nights. They just get shot up, or I don't know. There's always people. There's always someone looking for a fucking problem. You'd be surprised,
For
man.
sure, man.
There's a bar downtown that like has been shot up like 4 or 5 times since it opened.
What's it start with? What letter?
R.
Hmm. All right.
It's
Yeah, I've never been there.
it's not good. You walk in, the floors are sticky. It's like a club. It's like I don't know.
God,
But
bars. Do you like bars? Do you like going in? So there's bars and nightclubs.
bars are good.
Yeah,
I
bars
like
can be good.
I like a dive bar. I like a
Yeah,
brewery.
me too.
Clubs can eat my ass. They're all shitty.
I would rather. We've talked about how much I hate strip clubs. That like I think strip clubs are like the perfect meeting place for the saddest qualities in men and women.
Hmm.
It's just all women that have been just horrible childhoods, you know?
All of them?
Not all, but a great many of them.
Sure.
Maybe it's just me. I imagine the baseball bats to the knees and stuff. Like I look into their eyes and see a sadness, and then I think of the worst story I've heard. But it is sad. And then the men, it's sad because all of them are like, they fall for it. The performance that they're into you. And there's something so sad and dishonest with yourself about that to me is the antithesis of what I think a man should be. I would rather go to a strip club than a nightclub.
Really?
It's my least favorite place
I
on this earth. I
Yeah.
hate nightclubs.
Yeah. The type of person that can socialize in a nightclub is a nightmare person. Like nightmare blunt rotation for me.
Yeah. I've never gotten along with anyone that would belong in a nightclub.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't get it at all.
It's it's a creepy thing.
It is.
A lot of it's creepy. It does feel like you come here to fuck almost exclusively. Some people go to dance,
Yeah.
but even those people are lying to themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I don't get them at all.
Maybe the music.
The music, like I don't hate dance music
No.
and like that part of it. It's a weird thing where it's the human psychology that I read in people at nightclubs that bums me out. But it also does feel like we should be getting together and dancing. Like that is something we should be doing. Like
Yeah,
we
those-
should be this should be a portal to sexual activity.
Yeah, but they're doing it in a creepy way.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Picture like a small band playing and like couples getting together and dancing. Like there's something sweet about that versus just like ear pounding. Like you can feel the music in your chest. Half the people are super drunk and on cocaine.
Yeah. See, I could actually, if it was like, have you ever heard of Eleusis? Like the rites of Eleusis are
No.
this ancient Greek thing that Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, they all said it was like the most important formative experience of their lives. And it's still there. You can go to Eleusis, and it's like this weird cave that they would wander through. And everyone's like, it's a big mystery what the rites are, but we have evidence that people were arrested for making a secret brew of wine infused with something outside of the rites, which I believe would happen every 2 years or something like that. And so it sounds very, everything I've read about the rites of Eleusis if you've done high doses of psychedelics, you're like, that's definitely what they were doing. Everything written about it, that is what it seems like. If there was some communal, ecstatic, psychedelic experience with like very, very heavy trance music, like that's rumbling in your chest, and everyone was in a psychedelic state, I could get into something like that. Like I could see people making connections.
You're talking about like a music festival.
Yeah.
They have those. People get really fucked up at those. And did you see that? Like,
Yeah, those Blue Chew Mario Karts
yeah.
show up.
Did you see that? Like, something like, I want to look it up, but like 2/3 of people that bought tickets to Coachella did it on, like through payments.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus
Something like
Christ.
that. And there's like, you know, of course, there's going to be an insane interest rate.
God damn, man. That's sad.
Yeah, I love how financially illiterate we are.
Yeah, like Rent-A-Center. Have you ever looked into Rent-A-Center?
It's so crazy to me.
It's crazy.
I couldn't imagine.
I grew up with friends who were like bragging about everything was rent to own with Rent-A-Center and that they'd eventually own it. And it's just like, you guys could be well off if you didn't make like the worst decisions ever.
It's so crazy. It's really so great. Like, that's just straight up usury.
Yeah, it should be illegal. Like it really should.
Yeah. There's a couple places in this country where the culture is, you know, it changes, like local. There's a place I'm thinking of in some part of the Southwest where they love rims so much that they have rental wheels,
Oh
and
my God.
it's like the same thing where it's like you rent to own these wheels.
Holy shit.
And they're just like giant shitty chrome wheels that you slap on the thinnest tire. It's like you tap a curb, you're cracking the rim.
God damn, man.
Completely the truck culture is so dumb.
Yeah.
It's the least functional. I don't know. Like if the goal is to make your shit like not functional.
Yeah. God, we need a war.
War with who? The gays? Can we finally rise up and just be like, we've had enough? It has been a slippery slope. The hardcore right was right. All their slippery slope argument. You remember the stupid arguments from like back in the day against gay marriage? Is like, oh, what's next? We're gonna let them marry animals.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
I do.
Stuff like that. Where like instead of pedophiles, we call them MAPs. Where a lot of people call them MAPs.
Yeah, man.
Minor attracted persons.
Yeah, that stuff like black pills you, for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep bringing up like pedophilia and suicide, and
I mean, the two are linked pretty intrinsically, right?
I hope so.
I mean,
I hope those
on the
victims are
victim
killing
and the
themselves.
perpetrator, it's like they're both. For sure.
Yeah. What are the chances? Like, I wonder what the percentages of kids that get molested end up killing themselves.
Most of my closest friends went through horrible, horrible stuff as kids, and I'm the only one left out of that group. So it's anecdotal, but for me, it's 1 out of 6 survived to 30. It's
Holy shit.
yeah, it's a lot of dead victims, you know.
Fuck.
And that is anecdotal, and I do have the worst luck ever. So maybe it's nowhere near. It can't be that bad.
You're not including
Broadly.
yourself in the 6.
I am. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm the one that survived.
Oh.
No, like, yeah, fuck,
You got raped.
something like that. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that might have been what led to the creosote experiment thing
Or-
at the yeah.
Did you get diddled by a? I mean, do you think we're not gonna keep this in? But do you think if you were molested by a woman at that age, it would be a whole different? Like, do you think you would be okay, or it'd be easier to adjust to life?
A woman was involved, but it was mostly a man.
Oh fuck.
It was like a Ghislaine kind of situation with the guy's wife who would like
Oh.
do stuff. And then she fled to England afterwards.
Do you think? But do you think if it was just a woman, that it would be?
Dude,
Do you think if you're like
no.
8 years old and this grown woman's jerking you off, do you think you're better off?
I don't think you're better off. I think it really, really fucks you up. But there's a big difference. I would have been into it, and it would have fucked me up. I'd
Yeah.
been like, this is amazing, and it would have really fucked up my life. Like it should not be.
Yeah.
It isn't okay. You
No,
need them to go to prison for anything like that.
Of course.
But it's so different from. It's not at all okay, and you know what I mean. Like
no,
it's,
none of it's okay. I'm just saying, do you like mentally? Do you think like how much of an improvement is it if you're getting molested by a woman? I guess.
It's a massive improvement, and it's still gonna fuck up kids.
No,
but it is
of
a
course.
massive improvement.
I had sex way too young, and it fucked up my life. Like it fucked up the course of my like everything in school.
Yeah. How old were you?
13.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You sure nothing happened to you? The kids that got into it that young.
No, nothing. Maybe something happened to her, but she was like that was my first like kiss
Right.
and my first everything. You know.
Remember the first kiss?
Yes.
It's just like, I don't know, like it's almost like it's painful how much like that means. I can still picture myself and like how much that meant.
Yeah. I could walk you through the woods and show you where I first, the first time. I know exactly where the fuck it is. It's like burned into my brain.
Yeah, it's such a formative experience.
Yeah. So 13, and if I think about it, I don't know. I was a child, and everything past that was just like my behavior was changed. Everything about it, like the way I interacted with the world was different now.
Yeah. Did you like totally fail at school?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was right after that where school just didn't mean anything anymore. It was all about that. That's like, how do I
Me too.
continue this?
Yeah, I was like a straight A student, and then when I got laid at 15
Yeah.
and just didn't even show up to class
Yeah.
like almost ever again. It's crazy. Like, and if you're a guy that doesn't get laid in high school, you're in this like hell state, but you kept getting good grades and go to college. It's like all of our young men that actually figure out how to communicate with women, that have like whatever that trick is that you learn to communicate and to navigate those waters. Our society selects against that group of men, and just so many of the young men who like were getting laid just dropped out
Yeah.
and got GEDs.
Yeah, that was me for sure. I'm also like generally an idiot though, and I have no. I feel like a lot of people. I just live in the moment almost fully, and that's a problem. Some people don't live in the moment at all.
It's a problem, but it's a solution to a way bigger problem most people have. Like people like go to an ashram in India for 20 years to try to be more like that, you know?
That's true. But if I wasn't always like, what am I doing right now? What's like, I don't have a plan.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I don't either.
Never been able to make a plan for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make short-term plans. I don't know. Maybe I'm just retarded fully.
Yeah.
I never got molested.
Yeah.
I gotta pee. Sorry, this is not.
That's all good.
I'm a fucking idiot. I think, you know what, maybe we should wrap it up because we got an hour. You think that's enough?
Should probably do a little bit more because we'll have to cut.
Much, and that's, I know that's true. I know for a fact that we go off about.
Literally right now, a significant portion of our country is hyper obsessed and furious about pedophilia, and the victims are all pretty much nameless. We don't know anything about them with Epstein, and probably a whole bunch of them are offing themselves. I think it's not the craziest thing for us to keep coming back to.
No, but it's there should be variety. I mean, we talk about a lot more than this, you know?
Yeah.
I think we're being maybe careful, though, a little too careful. Because a lot of stuff we don't want to talk about for sure, like politics and
Yeah.
all that. Because I think we both admit there's no winning in politics. There's zero winning.
No.
Because nothing's true anymore. I don't know if
Yeah.
anything ever has been necessarily true. You know, you can always you're always wrong,
Right.
or you're always just reinforcing someone else's idea about what's.
Yeah, Edward R. Murrow, the old newscaster, people always say, you look back at footage and you're like, man, I miss that. Why don't we have that? This person everyone trusted, left or right, they all would go watch Edward R. Murrow. And then you look into what he was actually saying and you learn the truth, and it is all still propaganda.
Yep.
It's filled with lies. But it's still it's kind of like religion and stuff. You need a veneer of belief. It's like the idea of that we all have God-given rights. You know, that all men are created equal,
Yeah.
and that we have this I forget the exact quote, but this God-given right, that. So there's a belief in God, and it's at the core of our civilization. And it's interesting to listen to atheists who you would think would have a problem with that, but what they call it is a load-bearing fiction. It's that this fiction is so important to have in your founding documents. It's society doesn't run without us pretending we're such apes. We need to pretend there's some deity that bestows equality on all of us, because we could never sort it out on our own without referring to something beyond us.
Mm-hmm.
And society doesn't work without it. I think it's the same thing with believing in your institutions, with all of that. It's a certain degree of skepticism is always there and necessary and super important, but the degree to which we've lost faith it's in politics and our institutions. It's terminal.
Yeah. I don't know how we could ever get back even. I mean, the whole whatever. The stuff with Jeffrey Epstein in the first place, where before there was even camera footage or whatever.
Right.
It was the whole everyone and their mom was like, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, and now it's just confirmed.
Right.
You know, how can you now look at the government and trust anything ever? I struggle with that a lot these days.
Yeah, I do too.
I've only gotten more and more skeptical, and I don't know how useful that is.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And it is scary to think like China really looks like it's like getting ready to make its move. Russia already started to make its move in 2021. And what if geopolitics, if the allies were kind of held together through some blackmail thing with some pedophile thing on some island, and it's like right now we the people are like we need the truth on this, and it's this yeah, it's might be the worst thing
Interesting.
for me to think is
Wow, that's
what if
interesting.
that's how they kept it together?
Yeah.
Like how on earth did we make it this long
Yeah.
since 1952
God, that's so
when
horrific.
Ed Teller made the hydrogen bomb? It's like it's amazing we made it like 20 years after that without a war between great powers.
Yeah.
I think the most horrifying thought imaginable to me is it's like, you know, you have like a deep scan of history, like 100 years from now. It's like you won't believe this.
The only reason it ever worked
Yeah.
is because we had
Yeah,
like an institution of like a pedophile cult.
dear God, man.
And yeah, I mean, us, oh man, that's like that thing of like, you stare long enough into the abyss.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, don't look into it.
yeah,
Just don't even look into it.
yeah, for sure.
Don't flip that rock over.
Yeah.
God, man, what like a weird. Okay, what would you rather have? A pedophile cult or a nuclear holocaust?